An original Game of Thrones fans, or you're diving into the world of Westeros, we have a brand new series for you to check out, the prequel called House of the Dragon. Take a look.
Rhaenyra, no queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
In those scenes, you'll see actor Steve Toussaint, who plays Lord Corlys Velaryon, a.k.a. the Sea Snake. Steve is here with us in studio today, talking all things dragon. Good morning, and welcome to you.
Good morning, and thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, thrilled to have you in studio this morning. I didn't know about you that you had auditioned for Game of Thrones prior to this, before landing on the new show. So tell me about when you finally got the call about this new series.
Okay, so, well, initially, the audition process is quite protracted. They send you a scene with no names on it. You don't know what it's for. And I remember when I was doing it with my scene partner, I actually said to her, I said, oh, it's so weird. This character sounds like Charles Dance. Isn't that weird? And then what happens is you send that away, and then they send you another scene from the show, but again, they don't tell you what it is. Then I had virtual meetings with the showrunners. Then I read with the casting director. Then I had an in-person meeting with the showrunners. And then finally, 2 or 3 days later, I get this phone call. My agent says, darling, it's you.
Oh my gosh, that feeling, because it feels very secretive. It's very like hush-hush, and you don't know what's happening, and then all of a sudden you get that call. What was that feeling like?
Well, you know, the thing we always say is that there is the best moment in an actor's life is that one phone call, because what happens is you sort of go, it's me. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And you put the phone down, and then you go, oh no, I've got to do it. So that was kind of how it was. But I tried very much to just think of it as just another job. But occasionally I would be speaking to friends, and they would say, so what are you doing next? Oh, I'm doing the prequel to Game of Thrones. And they would all be like, oh my goodness, that's going to be huge. Are you prepared for the pressure? And you were like, well, I wasn't.
Until this conversation.
Yeah, thanks.
Now I'm freaking out.
Yeah, but you basically just get on, because acting is just looking into someone else's eyes and trying to find the truth.
So then how do you get into that character? You said you try and find their truth, but how do you do that? Well,
I was lucky because in the meeting that I had with Ryan and Miguel, the showrunners, to talk about this role, what we talked about more, rather than the fact that he's a nautical explorer, rather than the fact that he's a warrior, we talked mostly about the fact that he was a father. And so that became the motivation for most of this season, that what he wants for his family, what he wants for his family name, for the legacy of his family, is his motivator. And also the fact is that his wife, who is also known as the Queen Who Never Was, he feels the slight to her, that she was looked over, even more greatly than she does. So there's an awful lot of the scene where a lot of the season where he's going, no, this should have been you on the throne, and she's going, no, it's fine, it's fine. So I think that was kind of the motivation for him.
There's so much hype about Game of Thrones, obviously, worldwide audiences. What has been the reaction that you've received now that you are part of this world?
For the most part, it has been overwhelmingly supportive. People are so anticipating what's going to happen. It's amazing. I don't think I've ever been on anything that's had so many eyes on it before it's come out. So it's been, it's a little daunting, because of course we've been on this thing as actors for the best part of a year. Obviously the program makers longer. And now we finally get to show the audience what we've been working on, and fingers crossed that they like it.
There were a lot of opinions after the finale of Game of Thrones, some good, there were some bad as well. What do you think it is about this series that's going to draw everyone back into the world of Westeros?
I think, I think that Ryan and Miguel and George had to sort of negotiate a fine line. You have to make something that is clearly of the Westerosi world, so people who switch on know that this is a Game of Thrones world, but you can't keep telling the same story, because those guys did it and did it extremely well. So what we have here, as opposed to Game of Thrones, which was a load of groups of warring factions all fighting for supremacy, this is one family that we meet at the top of the height of their power. There's only one way they can go from there, and it's about a family tearing itself apart, so it becomes a slightly more intimate piece. You have more time with the characters, so of course you can then have more stakes in them, and then when things go wrong, as they inevitably will, hopefully that will have more of an impact on the audience.
Steve, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm very surprised that you didn't come in with long hair, because that's what I was expecting. But it's a pleasure to meet you, and congratulations on the show.
Oh, thank you so much. Great to be here.
You can watch House of the Dragon on Crave when it premieres on August 21st. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.